What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It's truly appreciated. And as you see by the ticker right there, the Knicks pulled off a great victory tonight by beating the Washington Wizards 121 to 105. Just talking about pretty much being in the driver's seat from beginning to end, right? Just that's pretty much what the game was tonight with the Knicks. They just look great, man. I mean, this is easily a win that we knew they should have. And these are the worst ones in the league, right? Because sometimes, guys don't come ready to play because they feel like this is a team that they should beat, and they don't really come locked in, right? They come kind of lollygagging, not really sure, not really want to play because they know they're going to win the game or not coming focused, whatever you want to call it, right? But the Knicks didn't, right? They came in here taking care of business and ready to go. Big night from Randall. He almost had 40 tonight. Brunson had 33, and of course the supporting cast was the supporting cast, of course led by Al Hart, almost having another 20 rebounds tonight. 17 to be exact, I believe, or 19, excuse me. So all in all, man, it's just a fabulous win. We're starting to understand and realize who the top guns are, and of course it being Randall and Brunson, but that supporting cast is just amazing. I mean, and most importantly, I think it's very important to say that you got to be happy how this team is handling business, right? Yes, we understand how they play against the top tier teams in the league. They struggle at times. But teams that they're better than, they handle business. And that's what you're happy about because, they're going to be the top teams. They're going to struggle with, even though they didn't struggle the other night with Philly and they played better against Minnesota. Excuse me. You're going to have your nights against those teams that are just as good as you, if not better. But the teams that aren't as good as you got to handle your business. And a lot of times with top teams, they don't do that. They play down to their competition, right? Well, the Knicks, they've been doing really well with that. And tonight, that's what they did, right? They did not play with these guys. They took care of business. They hopped all over them from the first quarter. First quarter, they was up 34-19, and to me, that was the ball game. After that, the Knicks, all they had to do was cruise, right? They won the second quarter 29-24. The third quarter, Washington came out ready to go. They won that 32-28, but the Knicks kept pace. And it was even at the fourth, 30-30, and all together with the Knicks winning by 16, right? This is what you do, man. This is what you do, right? And so I was happy to see it because, let's be honest, right? Knicks teams in the past, teams like this, they would lose to. They would really struggle with beating teams like this. And they didn't. Randall had a tough night the other night, which was literally yesterday. Took a quick trip down to the I-95 South all the way down to D.C., and it was as if he forgot about it. Straight from Philly to D.C. Last night was last night. Today was a new Randall. Randall came out locked and loaded, man, ready to go. Drew, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. Great win tonight. And Randall was big tonight. Huge. 13 for 23 from the field. 3 for 8 from 3. 10 for 13 from the stripe. 7 boards, 5 assists, 1 steal. He lowered the turnovers and he had 39. All right, so once again, like I stated, Randall was Randall, right? And that's good to see. Because usually, with Randall, as you know, he kind of he has tough games like he did yesterday. And then he'll come back and have another stinker, right? Because, he gets out of his head and he's trying to just overdo things. But no, saw a solid Randall tonight. And also, too, what I love is getting to the stripe, man. And he's really knocking down his free throws, which is good. Like I said, 10 for 13 from the stripe, which is great, man. And then he lowered his turnovers, right? So he only had 2 tonight. So all in all, man, that's great. And, Brunson is Brunson, man. He's as consistent can be. He had big 33 tonight. Let's go over his stats really quick. 35 minutes for Brunson, 10 for 18 from the field, 4 for 8 from 3. Also, 9 for 9 from the stripe. Perfect from the stripe. 8 assists for Brunson tonight. 3 rebounds. And only 2 turnovers for him. 33 points, man. He was fabulous. And then, of course, the supporting cast, everyone else just chimed in. Everyone else pretty much dropped in and came through with great production. like I said, right, and I'm going to say it again, you got to love how this team is forming, right? There's no tougher thing to do to when you're playing any sport, actually, and your team doesn't have an identity. They're just playing and just going out there. So that's when you kind of turn into the Pistons. So you turn into, anybody, the worst baseball team you can think of, right? That can't come to my mind right now. But, the worst football team out there, right? So if you don't have an identity, you're going to really struggle in any sports league. And I think that the Knicks are starting to really shape who they are and what this team is going to be. And through that, they know how to play. They know how to read off of each other. I love also, too, the great cutting. I love also, too, that guys crash the boards. It's not just, even though Ihart had 19 rebounds tonight, it's not just him. Everybody's crashing the boards, right? DiVincenzo, Josh Hart. Of course, Anobi, he had a nice finish tonight, which was great to see. And now, like I said, now that as you start forming that identity, now you truly become a team. So the expectations are there. You know the plays to run when you guys are kind of struggling for a bucket. You know what to do to get a bucket, to kind of get you guys rolling back and forth. And then you have guys that can knock down shots, which is beautiful. And to me, that is the key. And once you're able to do that, now you can start adding pieces in, and then you can start stacking wins, stacking victories, gaining confidence on the way. All this is building up body armor, getting ready for the playoffs. That's the key, because then you want your guys to be laser sharp, right, to be able to deal with the different season, right? Because as we all know, playoff basketball is totally different than regular season basketball. And what you do is you're building your team's character and identity, like I stated, to where you're able to get ready for those tough runs, right? Against certain teams. You know what guys' roles are. Guys are comfortable in their roles. They don't try to do more than what they should. There's an understanding there amongst the team. And I think that's what the Knicks are starting to form now. Gravity, what's going on, man? Salute to you, man. Appreciate you coming by, rocking with LV tonight, man. Kind of on this late Saturday night, man. I'm sure a lot of people are out. Just want to kind of get out here and just do a quick live to kind of discuss this great win, man. Great win. The Knicks are rolling, man. 4 in a row right now. 4 in a row, which is awesome. Okay, Juice said Julius is preparing for a deep playoff run, right? This is the year Julius crosses his playoff like that. Absolutely. OG's defensive impact cannot be understated at all. He's been a great fit. Absolutely, man. Because now, like I've stated before, Drew, right? What that does is opens the floor. It opens the floor for a lot of people, for Brunson and Randall to do what they need to do. There's not another guy out there that's trying to get his own shot. There's only one basketball. So you got good pieces and good role players who understand what their responsibilities are. And then you got shooters on the wings, right? So Dante DiVincenzo and OG Anunoby can knock down that quarter three easy. It's like making a layup for those guys. And so now you have the shooters out there. Then you have Brunson and Randall at the top of the key or in the box. And then you have Ihart down there grabbing rebounds, whether they're offensive, defensive. He's a monster on the glass, right? So now, once again, you're starting to build your identity. So now you're starting to understand your role. And guys understand what to do, what not to do. And guys don't try to do too much. Like, Josh Hart is not in there trying to go one-on-one. He gets the rebound, he takes it up the court, he pushes, he looks for a cutting guy, and they finish it up like that, right? And the guys cut. They do well. They're just really, really getting an understanding strengths and weaknesses of each other, of course, with the addition of Anunoby. So now guys are trying to find out exactly where they fit. And also, too, Tibbs is trying to find the rotation. So they're tinkering right now with a lot of different things, but at the same time, they're still winning ball games. So that's all great to see. This trade couldn't have come at a better time. You know what I mean? At a better time. Because now, with the addition of Anunoby, and then, of course, with them playing these weaker teams, they're able to tinker with a couple of lineups, do a couple of things, see what lineups work. And I think that's going to help them, like I said, for that playoff push. You know what I mean? And that's the key that we really got to kind of lock into. Gravity said McBride had that crazy, that beautiful putback right at the end of the first. At the end of the first, right? That looked like Starks. I said, yo, McBride, man. Yo, listen, he's been coming out hungry, man. Hungry. I don't know. Listen, you think these guys don't listen to these shows? Whether it's mine or the other Nick channels, you think these guys don't listen? They hear that stuff, man. They hear the whispers. They hear the chatter, man. Trust me, they do. Grimes is coming, not Grimes, excuse me. McBride, Deuce has come out with a total different momentum, man. Like, he's like looking for a shot. He's being aggressive. All those things, man. And you got to love that. An aggressive Deuce, I think, is great. You know, guys need to play with confidence, and you kind of see Grimes is starting to play with a little bit more confidence. And that's the key, man. You know, so listen, no one's going to hold your hand. And that's the beauty of DiVincenzo, because he comes out and he just balls. He don't really question anybody. And to me, that's how you got to be when you're on this team. We already know who the top dogs are, right? So everybody's got to figure out where they fit in and play your role. Do your job. Don't try to do more than what you should. Once that happens, everything else will fall in line. Drew said JB and Randall surrounded by guys that are playing the right way makes the game more simpler for everyone. Deuce is a great athlete indeed. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It makes it simpler too, Drew, because guys understand what their roles are. Like, it's not, you know, it's not, no one's trying to do more than what it is. And that's what made Denver great last year. That's what made those great Pistons teams great, right? And I'm even going back to the bad boys. Everybody knew their role. Dennis Rodman wasn't trying to go one-on-one, right? John Sally wasn't trying to bring the ball up and be a point forward. Like, none of that stuff was happening, right? You know, Aaron Gordon over there with the Nuggets, he was a big-time selection, man. He was a big-time top pick coming out of college. I think he went to Arizona. So it was big things that was supposed to happen for him. Remember, he was in Orlando. Came to the Nuggets, he changed his role. Kind of being like a big 3D wing. Remember, he's like 6'10", 6'11", so he's just next to Joker. He defends all the athletic wings. He blocks shots. He scores when he needs to. But he ain't up there trying to drop 40 and 30 points a night. Like, he's not trying to do that. You know, guys like Bruce Brown, like right. He was on that team last year. Now he's with the Pacers. He understood his role. Right? They understand who the top guns are. They understand who the scorers are. It was Joker and Murray, right? And everybody else fell in line. And once you have that, and once you have that identity, that's when you have something special, right? And I think that's what Tibbs and Leon and the whole crew are trying to form here. They're trying to get that going. They're trying to get that camaraderie going, to where now when we get to the playoffs, it's not going to be like uncertainty. Guys understand what they should do and what they shouldn't be doing, period. And I think also, too, the fact that a lot of these guys were in the playoffs last year, they know what that feels like. So they're going to come back with the same mentality, and they're going to be ready to go, right? OG Anunoby's already won a championship, right? He's already been in the playoffs, so he understands what it takes, right? DiVincenzo has already won a championship. I believe, he was on that Bucks team that won it, right? He was also, you know, he's in the playoffs before. So these guys understand, man. They know what it takes. So they're not going into it unscared and unsure. You know, the one guy that has to prove himself, which I'm sure it's a big monkey on his back, is Randall. Randall understands that this year he's got to really step up in the playoffs, right? That's the biggest thing for him. Because if he's Randall and he plays well, the Knicks are going to be dangerous. They are. So hopefully that can happen for him. Now, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through. Who knew? No RJ, no IQ, and we're getting you right, man. Right. I mean, it's just, you know what it is, Namert, man? It's putting the pieces of the puzzle together perfectly. Those guys were great pieces, but they didn't form really well with our puzzle. It was good, but not great. And we're trying to get great, and we're trying to become contenders, man. And sometimes you got to give to get. How can I say, right? And I think that's kind of like what happened. And now we're seeing how the team is being formed, which is beautiful. Okay, Drew says, love Mitch, but as much as he impacts the game defensively, Iheart is a better fit for this lineup offensively and is damn good in his own right defensively. We need them both here. No, agreed. But it looks great with Iheart, that lineup, man. I said it last night, right? It just looks different, man. The offense runs differently. And you got to love how Iheart is at the top of the key, passing out of the post, man. He's like Joker up there. Hitting guys with cut passes, being smart with his delivery, great hands. Mitch has shaky hands. Like, all those things matter, man. All those things matter. This is going to be interesting. That's all I'm going to say. Because I put it to you like this, guys. Let's say Mitch comes back. Let's say he does. But he's not 100%. He doesn't start. He comes off the bench. But during this time, iHeart is really putting up numbers, right? You see what he's doing, right? He almost had 20 rebounds again tonight. And he's doing this in the playoffs also. Like, he's putting up major numbers. He's playing really well. And on top of that, the Knicks are succeeding. That's going to be a real conversation that Leon and those guys are going to have. They really are. Atlantic Line, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. Hope everybody's enjoying this Saturday, man. You know what I mean? It's late. It's 10 o'clock right now. If you are out, be safe out there. But I hope you guys are enjoying this Saturday. It's 2024, first week of the year. Of the new year, excuse me. So I got to see exactly like how they're going to, deal with that. You know what I mean? You got to kind of pay attention to what's happening here, right? Because if the team is rolling, they're gelling, you're not going to want to change that. And especially if we go really, really far in the playoffs. Let's say that we make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's just say. How do you really come back and really like change that? And move iHeart and put Mitch in there, like I don't know. I don't know how you do that. It's going to be very hard to keep both of them. Oh, Juice says you got to find a way to keep both of them. Yeah, man, you got to, but it's going to be very, very hard. Very, very hard. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be very, very difficult. And I would hate to see iHeart go, but what do you really do with that? You know what I mean? Like, you got to really think about, okay, they just signed Mitch to a deal. So, and is the team even going to touch Mitch coming off of the ankle surgery, right? Or is the team even going to touch him, right? So it's a lot of things you got to think about. But the reality is that iHeart looks good, man. He looks really, really good. And he does a lot for us, man. He does a lot. And the team looks totally different with him patrolling that Baja. Looks totally different. Gravity says, "Where?" I don't know, man. He's cooling out, man. He's enjoying his weekend. Gotta let NBIC do his thing, man. He's enjoying his Friday and Saturday. Probably doesn't want to deal with these Knicks. You know what I mean? You know what's going on. He's probably out with Leon, discussing, getting Tibbs out of here, right? Who knows what he's doing? He'll be back. Yeah, you got to sign iHeart. Yeah, man, you got to, man. But he's been a journeyman in this league, man. He's still a young guy, but he's been a journeyman, right? He's been on a couple of teams here. He's got a great opportunity to make himself a lot of money, man. How can you tell that guy to not go someplace and make, if a team is willing to give him $15 million a year, right? It's big time cash for a guy like him, man. Because I think the Knicks only signed him, 2 years, $16 million, something like that. It was a small deal. Small deal. It was like something the same thing they gave Deuce. So it was only 2 years. So I don't know. They probably didn't. They didn't expect that he was going to be this good. But you get the right coaching, you find the right culture, the right scheme, a guy that's going to put you in positions to kind of unlock certain potentials within yourself, right? Like Tibbs and the coaching staff, Johnny Bryant and the crew. And he's been taken to another level. I mean, so some coaches can do that for certain players. You guys know that. So hopefully he identifies that, his team identifies that, and he wants to stay here. Kind of like how Josh Hart could have probably went out and earned some more money, but Josh Hart even stated he wanted to be someplace secure. Like, one thing that Josh Hart, when he came here, his wife was pregnant and she had kids, she had twins and stuff like that. And he talked about, because he's from D.C., so he talked about how he wanted some place where he can settle in, because he's bounced around a lot in this league, Josh Hart. So he wanted some place where they wanted him and he wanted to be, and he wanted to grow his family and just settle down. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's never had that in the league. And for the first time ever, he feels that way here in New York. So I think that there is a place where people do take less money for security and feeling that place where they can call home because they're tired of jumping around. So if a team is willing to give him $15 million a season and the Knicks offer him 14, he might take the 14 and just decide to stay with the Knicks and the development that we can continue to give him to where he gets better, right? So I mean that's Juice says 3 years, $39 million. Ooh, it's a nice number. It's a nice number. What is that? It's about 13. What is it, about 13 million? 13 million a season. Am I doing my math right? It's late, guys. You guys gotta give me what is that? 13? 13? No. My math is terrible today, man. It's late, man. But yeah. Gravity says, I know we need another move to put the team over the top, but I'm still conflicted on taking Dante out the starting lineup with those threes, man. I know. I don't want to change the starting lineup. I love how it is. But if they're able to get a legit two guard to go there for this playoff push, I don't know who, then you got to make that move. Because Dante will be great coming off the bench also with that second unit. He's going to be him, right? The reason why he got pushed into the starting lineup is because he's the same player as he plays now on offense as he is coming off the bench. He's the same. But if we were to make a move, though, honestly, if we were to make a move, you know who's going, right? Drew said, yeah, man, 13. Yeah, thanks, bro. 13 man. I'm sorry. My math was crazy, man. But you know who would move? They would have to move in the deal. Grimes would have to go. Coach, what's going on, man? Hope all is well. Salute to you, my man. Appreciate you coming by, rocking with the LV Live crew. Hope all is well, man. They would move Grimes. They would move Fourier and probably some picks if they go out there and get somebody else, right? So it would free up that extra space on the bench, right? So it won't be like Grimes and DiVincenzo wouldn't be fighting over minutes. It would just be DiVincenzo. That's what they would do. And so it was to seal up things, but I'm not too worried because those guys coming in ball, man. They don't think twice about anything. So I don't worry about them guys. Their game switching. Believe it or not, it will probably give our bench more of a punch. Here goes Coach. Grimes, Fourier, 2 picks for DeJounte Murray. Look at that. Everybody wants DeJounte Murray, man. They want him. They want him bad. Drew says, I have to admit, Dante has looked good since starting. I've been pleasantly surprised with him, but I'm putting DJ in that lineup over him and move Dante to the bench. Oh, of course. If DeJounte Murray comes over here, of course DiVincenzo's going to bench. That's without a question, right? So that's just something that they would do. There's no way they're going to invest what they invest in, and DeJounte Murray's coming off the bench. But outside of that, let's be clear. He is a legit ball player. You know what I'm saying? So he is no scrub. He is better than, Dante. So, you got to play the better player. Period. And I think he is. You know what I mean? I like. Listen, man. I like DeJounte Murray. I do. I just don't. I don't. My thing. I'm gonna ask all you guys. Are you willing? Because the Hawks are gonna want something big for him. They're not going to want a second round. They're not going to want one first. They're going to want a couple of first-round picks. And they want a Grimes and Fourier and something else. Right? Is he worth 2 or 3 picks? DeJounte Murray, is he? Just asking. It's a lot, man. You can bring Dante in early for Murray and give Murray on the ball with the second unit. I like that too. You have him running one. Coach, you have him at the top of the key on that second unit. That would be nice. He's good defensively at the top of the key too, man. He's great. That's one thing I do know about him. He's tough at the point of attack. He's good, and he's big too. I didn't realize he was 6'5". So he's a big guard. I thought he was like 6'2", 6'3". He's bigger than that, and he's long. So yeah. He's tough at the point of attack. I've seen him. I've watched him play, man. He's a good ball player. Do you honestly think DeJounte makes us legitimate championship contenders, as good as any in this league? JB, DeJounte, OG, Randall, and Iheart. I don't know about championship contenders. I got to see how he gels here first, man. I got to see first. Like I said, I'm a realist. I don't think anyone is coming to New York this season. Our moves are going to be coming in the offseason. That's my take. Atlantic Line, that's kind of how I'm leaning towards, too. Like, I really think that they're really – listen, man, I think Leon is holding to those picks because he wants the big whale, man. He wants a whale of a splash. And I think the whale of a splash is he wants a superstar. And to me, that leads to only two people. That's either Spider he's really trying to get, or he's really trying to get, like I said yesterday, Devin Booker. I'm telling you guys, I would not be surprised, man. He's holding on to those picks. I really don't. I just do not see them swinging for the fences because I think he wants to land a whale. He wants to land a major piece that's going to put us way over the top, and I think that's what he's going for. Coach said yes, because we need a playmaker in that second unit. Yeah, we definitely do. We saw one of them tonight, man. So Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones is solid, man. I would love him for that second unit. If we was to get a piece like that, I think we're good to go. Hey guys, what if Mitch pulls a sneaky, I don't know, superhero move and comes back 2 weeks before the playoffs? What about that? They say that's a possibility. I mean, I don't think it is, but I'm just throwing it out there to the crew. Gravity says DJ is a better scorer, but Dante does other things that DJ does not. Plus, if DJ is going to demand the ball on the score, I don't want him to end up with a situation as RJ. Right. Well, he's got to fall in line. I've said that before. Drew, Grimes, Fourier, Flynn, Bucks pick, Mavs pick, one of the projected picks, and a 25 pick for. Oh man, no, that's a lot, man. That's a lot. Holy cow. Drew's giving him everybody for this kid, man. Brunson, Dante, Murray's a nice trio. We would still have picks left. We're not going to get Cat, Coach. Yo, Coach wants Cat here, man. Hey, Coach, did you coach Cat? Did you coach him? Let me know, man. Because you want him bad, man. You want him bad. He's not coming. A superstar is not necessarily the next move with this current club. Now, I hear you, Drew. What I'm saying, Drew, is that I think that's what Leon is holding on to. That's what I think he's doing. Brunson, Murray, OG, Cat, and Mitch. No. Champs. No. Juice's best move. Drew, I'm not trading Randall for Cat. I'm not doing it either. I love Cat, man. I like Cat's game, but Randall's balling, man. He's balling. He's a bully. Every time he plays Cat, he's giving Cat the business. Why would I do that? LA Atlanta, I truly believe that Joel Embiid is leaving Philly. If they do not make a deep push in the playoffs, yeah, man. I mean, but you're gonna to get him. You got to give up everything. You know that. So I don't know, Atlantic Line. I don't know if I would swing for that. Because you got to get Randall and Mitch and a whole bunch of stuff, man, for Embiid. Yeah, he's always going to want Cat. See, the coach, he's always going to want Cat. See, he's the coach Cat, man. Cat from Jersey. If anybody knows that. He's from Jersey, man. He's right here. So, Coach probably was in on them scenes. You know what I'm saying? Coaching Cat. Cat gets $60 million a year, right? Yeah, he was in Jersey. What coach? Where did he go? What was it? St. Joe's or something like that? It was like he's from Central Jersey, man. I do know that. He went to a Catholic school, a private school, something like that. I remember him when he was coming out of high school. Drew, that's absolutely nothing. Look at the offer. That's an adequate offer for Murray. I don't think they give up Sadiq Bey, man. They really like Sadiq Bey over there in Atlanta. You know what I mean? So, yo, listen, man, really quick, listen. Jalen Johnson is a monster, right, in Atlanta, right? See that kid? Yo, man. Yo, he's no joke, man, that kid. You see what he was doing to Chet? He was giving Chet, problems, man. See them banging on Chet's head? Chet did not want to jump, man. That kid is... Yo, the Hawks got something special in him, man. Because he's big, too. He's about 6'11". You see how he looks, man? He's so, man. They got to steal with him. I've been watching Cat since high school. Yeah, Cat got busy, man. He got busy in high school. Drew, that's absolutely nothing. Oh, I read that. Randall's not 15 for 9. Man, come on, man. Randall is far more impactful than Cat. I think he is. You know what? I'm from Jersey, and I don't want Cat. Yeah, man, Cat is a... I like Cat, man. He's a good ball player. I don't think he's better than Randall. We could have had Jalen Johnson. Yo, I know, man, but... Yo, he's the truth, man. He's the truth. I watched a couple of games, and I said, yo, let me just watch this kid. Yo, he's legit. I don't think we need more wings now, to be real. Yeah, man, Sadiq Bey is another wing. I mean, I guess Drew's saying Sadiq Bey because of the Villanova thing. You know what I mean? But I don't see. But once again, Atlanta's not gonna let Sadiq Bey go. Atlanta is trying to unload money. The owner doesn't want to enter the luxury tax, right? They're making way for right. Very true. Very true. I do see them dumping a lot of pieces, but I don't. They're not going to give us everything, man. That's big. If we were to get, listen, if we were to get DeJounte and Sadiq Bey, that's a lot, man. It's a lot that they'll be willing to give up. I mean, a lot of production. Do you understand what I'm saying? Cat is the second best player on the best team. What do you mean more impactful? Listen, man, Coach, you know this game. You know this game very, very well. He doesn't rebound at the clip that Randall does. He does not hit that glass, man. He stays on that three-point line too much. He's injury prone. Randall is a super soldier. He plays every game. He hits the glass. Come on, you got to be real about this, man. I love Cat. I love his production. But Cat can be a little soft sometimes, too. And you know, like I know, Cat will fold up in this city, man. He will have a hard time dealing with the pressure of the press and all that. Randall's had his ups and downs, but Randall's kind of calmed down. He's settled into what it is. This city will eat Cat alive, man. I'm being honest with you. My guy Landry Fields. Landry Fields, he's gonna give us a team discount. We need a playmaker and a big man. Now, agreed. Bey can back up Randall and OG. Yes, I agree, man. I love Sadiq Bey, but I think they like him too, man. They want to build around him, man. Sadiq Bey's a good ball player, man. He's big too. He's about 6'8". Numbers don't lie, feelings do. Yeah, man. Listen. I love Cat. I do, but I'm just being honest with you. He's not a better player than Randall. He's not. Drew, he puts up the numbers, but you don't feel his impact on the game. Cat is like Jason Tatum. No, he's not. Atlantic Lions, stop it. He's not like Tatum. Tatum's different. Cat's big, man. He's big. What's Cat on about 7 feet? He's big. Listen, I'm not knocking. Listen, I'm not knocking who he is. I love what Cat does. Like I do. But I think he's perfect. He's perfect for what goes on over in Minnesota. How they run things is perfect. Also, too, man, him and Tibbs don't get along. They had issues out there when Tibbs was out there when he was coaching, and they ran Tibbs up out of there. So that's just not a good mix, man. There's no way Tibbs is going to sign off for that. He's not making that deal. That's not going to happen. My problem with Cat is the massive contract. Yeah. Exactly, but Bay is bigger at 6'8", and Hart can play the 2 or the 3. Yeah, you know what, Sadiq Bay will be great on that second unit, man. Great production, points wise, but that's a lot. Here's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that will be a lot for Atlanta to give up, and I don't see that happening. You know what I mean? Like I don't, but okay. Crazier things have happened, right? We did not expect IQ and RJ to get traded the way they did at this time of season, right? We did not. So anything could happen. Okay, I'll say that. Didn't mean in that way, laugh out loud. I mean, Cat has an aura. Listen, man, I like Cat. I do. I see him and Randall. I think Randall's a better player, man. I just do. I mean, I think it comes to preference, right? Because Cat is bigger. He's 7 feet. Alberto Ramos, man, what's going on, man? I appreciate you coming by, rocking with the LV Live crew. If this is your first time coming through, please like, share, and subscribe. Please hit the subscribe button. But I appreciate you coming through, man, rocking with me and my crew, man, on a Saturday night. See that ticker, right? The Knicks pulled off a great victory tonight. Alberto says, will Tibbs sign off on a Randall trade? That'll never happen, sir. Never happen. Randall is his golden goose. That's what kind of helped resurrect his career, right? Then he went out and got the head of the snake, which is Jalen Brunson, and that's why things are the way that they are. But Randall's his golden goose. He's not letting go of Randall. That's not happening. Juice's ATL isn't paying Bay. He's out of there. He's a free agent this summer? Just asking. Genwil Bolonderis. I apologize for chopping up your name. If you're thinking about Bay at the 4, you aren't watching the Hawks. Yeah. Well, he won't play the 4 with us. He would play the 3. He's not a 4. I understand who Sadiq Bay is. He's a wing, man. He's a 3. But I appreciate you coming by, man. It's my first time seeing you coming through, rocking with the LV Live crew, man. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, man. I appreciate you coming by. Genwil. Apologize for destroying your name, man. I apologize about that. Earl Garris, man. What's going on, Earl? Haven't seen you in a while. Happy New Year to you, too, sir. Appreciate you coming back, man. Rocking with LV Live, man. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. Let's get straight to it. Coach says Randall Brunson don't play off the bench, other than they just take turns. Restricted free agent is Bay. Okay. All right. Okay. Listen, Drew. You're kind of making it make sense here, right? I'm getting excited. Maybe a possibility because I love Sadiq Bay coming off the bench for us for that second unit. So if you get that second unit, if you have the Villanova trio, Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Sadiq Bay, and like Coach said, you have DeJounte playing the point on that. But Sadiq Bay would be the 4, man. I don't really want him at the 4. He's not a 4, man. He's like more like a 3. I mean DeJounte. I mean not DeJounte. I gotta think about that. I gotta think about it because I would like that lineup. Randall is better at what exactly? Coach says. All in all, Coach, let's be honest. Skill set wise, they're very similar. Where I give Randall the edge is on the glass. He's a better rebounder than a Cat. right? That's number one. And number two, he's a lot more durable than Cat. Those two things to me push him over, as far as the ledge goes, as far as, skill wise, they're about the same player, right? They're both really, really talented. But Randall's a better rebounder and he's more durable. That's it. And to me, I gotta lean into that. There's factors we need to address in these trades too. Contracts, money, and most importantly, who our head coach is. That's what I'm saying. Great point, Atlantic Lion. I've been stressing that. Once again, you ready, guys? We said it yesterday. The Tibbs culture, right? Who can handle that? We know what it is. It's not for everybody. Who can come in here and handle the Tibbs culture? That's the key. Sadiq Bey went to Villanova. Yeah, he did, man. He's one of the Villanova crew, man. I'm telling you, they all try to come to New York. Randall is more dominant than Cat. Indeed, Cat has more talent, but how has that talent translated to wins? I mean, in the past they were struggling, but this year they're legit, man. But a big part of that is Ant-Man. You know what I'm saying? And now Cat can do him. And Rudy Gobert is a monster in that Baja. So they're coming together as a team. I don't know if Sadiq Bey is CAA, man. But listen, CAA, Villanova, look, everybody's over here, right? You got Leon's son, he's got agents. You got Leon, he still has connections to players, even though he's not an agent anymore. Listen, it's all CAA and Villanova. They're trying to bring a national championship to the Garden, and really, actually, NBA chip, but it's like the same thing. You know what they're trying to do. Alberto Ramos says Randall can be a poor man's Joker if he's willing to sacrifice his offense and make others better. He can't. Randall's not the passer. He turns the ball over way too much. If you want to say iHeart can be a poor man's Joker, yes, he can. He can't shoot the ball as well as Joker, but passing out the top of the key and out the Baja, iHeart is amazing. He's actually, to me, he's a better passer than Randall. Randall turns the ball over too much, man. And he doesn't have the discipline that Joker does. Line. Also, if we trade for Sadiq Bey, that's just another man we have to throw a bag at. Do we have enough dough to pay these guys? OG, iHeart, then add Sadiq Bey? Good point. Good point. Great point. And like, how much money would Sadiq want? 15 a year? I'm not giving him 15 a year. I like Sadiq Bey, but I'm not giving him that. Because you want to bring back iHeart, right? And also, too, let's remember, we got to pay OG Anunoby. That is first and foremost, right? So we got to pay him. And with this new tax coming in, Brunson's going to be coming up for a big-time contract. So is Randall. Those guys want to get paid, man. So you got to be mindful of that. Juice says this year, they're the number one seed this year. Cat is his 9th attempt season and the number one pick, and he hasn't gotten them anywhere. And Ant is the driver of the bus this season. Well said, sir. Well said. Randall doesn't have the IQ for all that. Yeah, he doesn't. I love Randall, but that is a good point. Randall doesn't. Alberto, how about starting Randall on the high post instead of at the 3-point line? You know what it is? You can't start him at the high post because that's where iHeart is, right? So Randall likes to operate from the wing and from the box. The 3-point line, he can see the floor. He can back down. He can operate more. He needs space. So where you want to put him is kind of going to like close him in to where he can't operate the way he wants to. And so that's just how they run their offense. Bey can command more than $12 million a year, 2 years to 25 tops. Oh, he can't command that. I don't know, man. I don't, these wings are expensive, man. You never know. A team might pay him that because they want a wing. You know what I'm saying? So you never know. Coach, and we will never be able to play with Brunson that way Cat could. Nah, I don't know, man. I love Cat. I do, man. I just don't think we know Cat is CAA, man. They want him here, but I don't think Tibbs and him didn't work in Minnesota, man. Once again, let's go back to the original statement. The Tibbs culture. Cat ain't with it, man. He ain't with it. Y'all know these teams love the prototypical 3D wing. That inflates his value in some way. That's what I'm saying. That's what I think with Sadiq Bey. I get what you're saying, Drew. He's gonna, but he's gonna listen, man. A team's gonna pay him a lot of money, especially a team that needs a wing. So let's think of, I don't know. Let's think of a team like the Rockets, right? Let's think of a team like Portland, a team that's trying. I mean, Portland's got Jeremiah Grant, but you know what I'm saying. Like these teams that need wings, man, because there's certain teams that are just hogging up all the wings. It feels like, now they're starting to change. But Toronto had all the wings. Then you had who's the other team that's got a whole bunch of wings out there? New Orleans, they got a lot of wings. There's certain teams that just hogging up all these wings because they know these guys are expensive. So if you get one, and we got the top dog in OG Anunoby, we're gonna have to pay him. These guys are expensive, man. Look what Jaden McDaniels making, man. He didn't do nothing Monday. He's making so much money out there in Minnesota, it's insane. Earl, we about to pay all these people, but didn't want to pay IQ. IQ doesn't fit what we want to do, Earl. That's the thing with the IQ piece, right? That's the issue with that, right? Tibbs wants big guys, man. He wants big wing. IQ is too small. So if he has a small guy at the top of the key, he wants that to be Brunson. But he wants big guards. He wants big wings. That's what he wants. Tibbs believes in big, athletic players, rebound the glass, play defense. IQ just wasn't big enough, man. And I think that it just – and he's not starting over Brunson, so that's why they didn't want to give him the bread. Cat's dad was at Leon's first game as president. Let that sink in. Well, I mean, come on, man. Listen, Cat is a local guy, man. So yeah, he loves the city. His dad loves the city. His dad loves the Knicks. I believe his dad is a Knicks fan. Like, we know all that. We CAA. We understand all that. But who's the coach? Who's the culture run by, man? Who's the guy? And who is his golden goose that's got him back into prominence? Randall. He's not letting him go. Randall and Tibbs have helped each other out. He's made Randall an all-star and an all-NBA guy, and Randall has brought Tibbs out of the depths. Because remember, Tibbs got cut and was destroyed in Minnesota. He couldn't even get back into coaching. Pops let him sit on the bench with him. Then he started getting his love back, and Leon gave him a shot with the Knicks. And Randall was the key. So there's no way he lets go of Randall. No way. It's Brogdon and Murray we have to decide on. I think they decide on Brogdon, man. He's not as expensive. I think the summer, man. Listen, I'm telling you guys, I think the summer is when we do it, man. Leon's holding, man. He's holding. He says, yo, man, listen, he's holding on to them big jokers, man. If you know Spades, you know what I'm talking about. He's throwing down the King of Hearts. He's throwing down the Ace. The Ace of Clubs. He's throwing those down. But he's holding on to the Whoppers. He's holding on to the 2 of Diamonds. He's holding on to the 2 of Spades. He's holding on to the big joker, the little joker. He's holding them for later. So he can get them books. Anybody know Spades, you know what I'm talking about. Coach says people want to say Cat. It's not that Cat is soft, Coach. I don't think that's. It's just he's not durable, man. He gets hurt a lot. And another thing, Coach, listen, man, we got to be honest. He's not good on the glass, man. He doesn't clean up the glass like that. As big as he is, he's 7 feet. He does not clean up the glass. Randall's a double-double, man. 25 and 10. What's Cat's numbers this year, Coach? Over his career, he hasn't been like a double-double guy like that. Randall has been that, man. Randall is legit, man. He's no bum. If you want to be honest, if you want to be honest, right now, who's a better power forward in the league than Randall? You want to say Bam? Okay, cool. You want to say Zion? Okay, cool. Who else? I'm talking about better power forward, man, at the 4 spot. I ain't talking about a 3. I ain't talking about a guy who plays center at the 4. Randall's right up there, man. Coach says the average is 10 for his career. Yeah, but Coach, man, like, what I'm saying about Cat is this, right? As big as he is, he should be a lot more dominant than what he is, and he's not. And I think that playing here in this city and playing for Tibbs is just not a good fit. I get it. You want him to come back home. But it is nowhere for him to come. You know what I'm saying? There's no space for him here. We already got a guy here that's just as good as him, right? Because I'll say that. I'm not saying Cat is a scrub. I'm not saying that. But I see a guy that's a little bit better than him and is a lot more durable than him. It's just the truth. Let's not forget, Philly played us like how Miami played us in the playoffs. They doubled Randall and tried to force him to make bonehead plays and turnovers. Lucky for us, we got shooters now. That's the key. That's the key. Dante's a big part of that, and Onobi is a big part of that because they're deadly in them corners. You swing it to them, they're knocking that down. So now you got to defend that. And that opens up the floor, and now Brunson could be Brunson and Randall could be Randall. Drew says, how has all those best this and best that impacted winning for this team, Coach? Empty stats, which is why I say he has no impact on winning. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, I love Cat, man. I do. I really do, man. I just don't think he's better than Randall. I just don't. And then I'm sorry, but Coach, listen. You gotta identify who's coaching this team. Him and Cat don't get along, man. That didn't work in Minnesota. They ran him up out of there. They ran Tibbs out of there because of Cat and all them young boys was complaining because they ain't like how Tibbs runs things. That's why it's not going to work. They would have been made that deal, man. You know that. They would have been made the deal if that's what was on the table. But Tibbs shut that down. That's not happening. Randall is his guy. That's it. For the second unit, I would like OG, Grimes, Deuce, iHeart, and Devo. Yo, man, I like Deuce, man. Deuce has been playing solid, man. But all in all, he's not a good playmaker for that crew, man. So we need a playmaker. You know, if Deuce was playing next to somebody that was a playmaker, I think it would be great for him. But, nah, man. We need another playmaker. Drew, Randall has been the major reason that the Knicks have been turned around. From a complete laughingstock before he even arrived here. Listen, agreed, man. Listen, once again, him and Tibbs go hand in hand, man. They've created a culture here and a way of doing things, and they've saved each other's career. Because remember, Randall was jumping around too. This is his third team. They traded him for Zion, right? They got rid of him because Zion was coming, right? So And then it just didn't work out. And he broke his leg in L.A. Like this was his time. This was his shine. This was his shot. Because if not, he would have been a journeyman. And playing here has changed his career. And it's helped Tibbs get back into winning column and being back like how he was when he was in Chicago. So Tibbs is not him and Randall are lock and key, man, and Brunson too. Those are his horses. Period. Ramos, yes, that's true. He does need a point guard to set up. Yeah, he does, man. That's the key with that. And I like Deuce, like I do, but he's not it, man. In that aspect. I think he's athletic. I think he brings a lot of energy, which is great. But he, certain things he needs to develop, right? But we do need a playmaker, man. We gotta bring in somebody for that second unit. So let's take a look here, guys. Boom! Look at the schedule, man. Look, guys. Okay. Really quick. Let me get some sixes in there. If you think we can go 6-0, or we can go 5-0, what say you guys? Because we've been looking good these last 4 games, and it just so happens that these are the 4 games that we've had OG and Obi. That changes everything, man. He changes everything. He opens the court so much, and defensively, he makes things so much easier because now guys like Randall or DiVincenzo don't have to guard the hardest guy. He can do it and then not get in foul trouble because he's such a great defender. I like Brogdon. I like Brogdon too, man. I like him too. I really do. I think he'll be great for that second unit. Remember, he got 6th man of the year last year. You know what I'm saying? So I think he will be really good, a good orchestrator for that second unit, and Brogdon can knock down shots. So I would like him. I would like him if the Knicks could steal him and get him somehow, some way. But that's the only type of move I see the Knicks making, and maybe getting a big somehow. I wish the Knicks could try to steal Andre Drummond. They can get him. If they can get Drummond for that second unit to back up iHeart. Because, Drummond's a monster on the boards. That's all he does. But if they can do that and bring in Brogdon, I think we can make a push. I think we can make a push, man, if we could do that. These next 2 months are going to be massive for us, right? The most difficult is behind us now. Out of the next 12 games we have in February of them at home, a very big January and February. Right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because I believe after, let me take a look really quick because I had the schedule here. Let me see really fast here. Let me see here. Okay, so guys, listen. So our next. See, I got the schedule here, like right here, these 6 games. But after Dallas, man, I'm gonna pull it up after these next couple of wins. But we've got a home. We got at Memphis, home against the Magic, home against the Rockets, home against the Wizards, home against Toronto, home at Brooklyn, which is basically home. So we can go on a tear here, man. We can go on a real tear to where we can win our next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can win our next 8 games and be on a nice winning streak, man. Then we got 2 big home games in January. We got the Nuggets and we got the Heat. Knicks are looking good, man. Knicks are looking good. We can make a real big push, like Atlantic Line said, and really kind of take a stranglehold of that 3rd seed because I think we're better than Philly. You saw what Philly was, right? You saw them. They're not better than us. You see that. And I've said that. I said that at the beginning of the season. I didn't think Philly was better than us. You're not. And you see it. Maxey's getting every bogus call. I'm like, yo, you guys are giving him too much, man. Too much respect. He doesn't deserve that yet. Too much. Ramos said, how about DeRozan and Drummond, man? See, DeRozan, man, I would love him to come here, but it wouldn't make no sense, man, because he'll basically be like a 1 year rental. You know what I mean? So he will be good because he's a big guard, but just I don't know long term if that's good for the Knicks. So if they get DeRozan and Drummond, Chicago's going to want something. They're going to want a lot for that because they know what the Knicks are pushing for. So they're going to want some picks. And I don't think Leon is trying to let go of them picks until he, like I said earlier, he lands a big whale. That's what he wants. Or shall I say a megalodon, right? He wants a monster. That's what he's going for. There's only a handful of them out there. So it's like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one, right? But I'm paying attention to the guys that are CAA. Those are the guys that he wants. Drew said, this is where we get fat. One game at a time. Absolutely. He said, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Listen, absolutely. But listen, we can make a push here, Drew. We can make a big push. We can. When we picked up Josh Hart last season, we won 11 straight. We might have had it in our hands another post. Right, absolutely. Post straight win streak. I like that. I agree with that. All right, people, listen, I'll be back Tuesday for when we play Portland, right, and get that victory at home, right? But I appreciate you guys coming through. Appreciate all the new subscribers and the new people that dropped in, rocking with LV Live and the crew, man. I appreciate you. If it's first time here, if you're watching this on a playback, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Please leave comments also. And I appreciate you guys coming by, man. Listen, everybody enjoy their weekend. I will watch the Giants tomorrow. Their last home game of the season. Hopefully we can lose and get ready to move up in the draft to get a quarterback, right? So that's where I'm focused on. But listen, I appreciate you guys coming by. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday, all right? LV Live, I'm out of here, people. Peace.